From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, April the 6th, 2020. We open with the political situation in Israel. After what seemed like a very promising day of unity talks between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Blue and White Party leader Benny Gantz, those talks were then stopped this evening by Blue and White, who said after reaching understandings on all issues, the Likud party asked to reopen discussions regarding the committee to appoint judges. In light of this, negotiations have been halted. We will not allow any change in the functioning of the judiciary nor damage to democracy. The issue of appointing judges was one of the obstacles that still needed to be resolved in order to form the unity government. The other being West Bank annexation. That issue was reportedly resolved earlier today. Netanyahu and Gantz had reportedly agreed to limited annexation and with cooperation from the U.S. administration. Gantz, by the way, also met today with Labor leader Amir Peretz after Labor officially ended its alliance over the weekend with Meretz. A joint statement from Blue and White and Labor said of their apparent new partnership, in the first stage, rules will be set on joint and coordinated work inside the Knesset with the aim of merging the parties. Israel is reportedly readying for a countrywide lockdown in light of the coronavirus and the growing number of cases in the country, as well as growing number of deaths. Israeli media reports a measure is expected to be approved tonight that would prevent most Israelis from leaving the borders of their cities. They would still be allowed to shop for essentials within their own areas. If passed, the measure would go into effect at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, Tuesday, up until Friday morning to cover the beginning days of the Passover holiday and the Seder. Israel is among one of the first countries to receive and test out a drug found to be helpful in Japan and China in treating mildly symptomatic coronavirus patients. A joint statement from Israel's Foreign Ministry, the Health Ministry, and Ichilov and Hadassah hospitals said the drug Avigan was received from Japan and was approved for experimental use. Dr. Esti Sayag of Ichilov Hospital said the drug could help contribute to flattening the curve and improving our ability to deal with the scope of sickness that we are experiencing in Israel. The New York State Legislature passed a hate crimes act on Thursday that was named after a victim of the Monsey attack last Hanukkah. The Joseph Newman Hate Crimes Domestic Terrorism Act considers murders committed due to the victim's race or religion as acts of domestic terrorism, as was the case on December the 28th when Newman and others were attacked by a machete-wielding assailant who targeted the home of a rabbi in Monsey, New York, leaving Newman critically injured and in a coma for months. He succumbed to those injuries on March the 29th, after which New York Governor Andrew Cuomo named the bill in his honor. Israel's President Reuven Rivlin held a video conference call yesterday with leaders of Jewish communities from around the world, wishing them well ahead of the Passover holiday. The president reiterated to Jewish leaders of Brazil, South Africa, India, the United States, and more, the bonds that Jews around the globe share, particularly at this difficult time.
Now, more than ever, I feel that we are one family, one big family, with really shared values, shared history, and shared destiny.
The UJA Federation of New York is making sure that Jews in need can celebrate Passover, providing 8,500 free Passover Seder meals and Seder kits to over 4,000 of, they said, most vulnerable and most impacted New York households. And the Masbia Soup Kitchen Network in New York is doing its usual job of feeding those in need, with a focus now on Passover, as well as on helping those quarantined for the prevention of the spread of the coronavirus. The Israeli Consulate in New York sent a special delivery to the doctors and nurses of Mount Sinai Hospital in the city to express their gratitude and show their support to the emergency room team with some Israeli goods. And as we continue to salute the medical staffs of hospitals around the globe who are battling on the front lines against the coronavirus, a moment of levity and joy from Ichilov Hospital in Tel Aviv, who shared this video of their emergency room staff today, writing in an effort to alleviate some of the tension and stress with dance.
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh.
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, April the 6th. At 7 o'clock, a very informative presentation by Dr. David Price, who is treating COVID-19 patients at the Weill Cornell Medical Center ICU in New York City. He talks about the ways to protect oneself from the coronavirus and answers many commonly asked questions about it. At 8, Rabbi Aaron London, scholar in residence of the Jewish Orthodox Feminist Alliance in the UK, talks about traditions in the Haggadah. At 8:30, it's the film Passover at the Wellmans, followed by a discussion about the film. At 10 tonight, remarks from noted philosopher Rabbi Adin Steinsaltz. And coming up right after this newscast tonight, Israeli playwright Maya Buenos, who resides in Jerusalem, discusses Israeli culture in the time of coronavirus, as well as Israel's quarantine and Maya's social impact plays. That's with Shachar Azani. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, April the 6th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well.